Okay, we're going to be doing something a little different today. I got a Hummer H2 2009. I bought this brand new in 2009 and I've had it and I'm going to keep it forever. So I try to keep it up and keep it running good. I don't drive it a whole lot anymore. I'll drive it once a week or something like that just to keep it, keep the battery up, keep it rolling. But my daughter rode in the back of this a couple of weeks ago, her and her young daughter, and I hadn't rolled these windows down in a long time and they get sticky. This stuff you see here was not there. That's tape residue where I taped the window up long enough to get home. But she went to roll this down and it was stuck and she kept holding the button and it popped. There's two wire leads on the regulator that rolls the window up and down, and it popped one of those wires. I guess it was just pulling on it too hard and the window wouldn't come down, so something had to give, and it turned out to be my regulator gave. So I've got a bad regulator. It's got to be changed out in this thing. There's a couple different ones on Amazon. That was the only place I really looked. I ended up getting this one. This one was the upgraded one. It says it's a premium one, and it has actually premium on the name. It's Chinese, so who knows. But this is the one I ordered. I looked at the reviews. There was another one you could get that was about $10 cheaper. I think I paid about $57 for this one. And I think there was another one you could get as low as $43 or $44 with 5% off. But this one had 4-star reviews, and that one had 3-star reviews. So I got this one. I figured $10 more. The only real bad complaints about this one was it didn't last very long. But I think the key to these things is taking silicone spray and keeping your window tracks sprayed with silicone. And I just think silicone's better because you don't want this greasy and grease all in your windows. So I think if you use silicone, you'll probably be. Now, when I say silicone, I'm not talking about silicone caulking. I'm talking about silicone that you use for greasing certain things that you don't want to be real greasy or have a lot of grease buildup or anything on them. It's kind of a clean, slippery, basically puts a clean, slippery silicone coat on everything. And so I think that would probably be what would be best. Somebody else suggested on YouTube to put WD-40 in there, and so I guess you could use that. To me, I'm going to use silicone. But anyway, that's what we're going to do today. We're going to change this out. Real quickly, I'm going to show you how to get this off. I've already pretty much disassembled most of it. First thing you want to do is there's a little plastic cover right here, and that just pops off, and you can see there's a little indentation on each side. You can just get a little screwdriver and it pops off real easy. And behind that's two 10mm screws. I don't know if you can see that up in there or not. And so first you take that off, and then there's another cover right here that's in there, same thing. Get your screwdriver in there and that little slot right there, and just pop that off, and there's another 10mm screw right in there you can get to. And that's only 3 screws holding this thing on. The rest of it, it's clipped in. There's clips, and there's 3 or 4 on this side and 3 or 4 on this side. And you got to pop this off too. That pops off, and again, it's just 2 clips. You can see the clips there. They just clip in. So you clip that off. And the other one was this. This will be on here. There's a little wire that sticks up there for your door lock, and you can see this little piece right here. Again, you see that little indentation. Just take a screwdriver and pop that out, and this will slide right off. That is just a little lock that locks it onto the cable that comes up there. And once you get that off, just a matter of pulling all these clips, and this door pops right off. So let's see if we can get this off here. Okay, I'm trying to set this camera up where we can get the best angle. It's kind of hard to get a good angle, but I think you can see right there. So we'll take this thing apart now. Again, I've already taken all the screws out of it, so let's just pop this off. And then it just kind of lifts up. All right, once you get that off, this peels back. There's actually, I forgot to show you this, there's three, I don't know if you can see the one down here. There's a speaker wire down here at the bottom. This is your control wire that actually rolls the window up and down. And this is your door handle. And then there's a light down here. It's like a entry light for your door. So you want to disconnect all those. They're just little clips on them. Like this one, you just kind of push that clip right there and it'll slide out. Same thing here. I don't think you can see that, but there's a little clip on it. And this one's got, you just kind of pinch those two side clips and it snaps off. This was the hardest thing to get off. You actually had to twist this up, but it would pop out of there and then it's easy to come off. But you just kind of turn it sideways and it'll slide up. It won't slide out like that, but if you turn it up, it'll slide out of there and then you can work this little piece out. That's your actual door handle. Pull on that, pulls your door handle. But let's peel this on off. I'd put a piece of wood in here to hold my window up till I got this fixed. And so if you have to order your part and want to go ahead and take it out, or you need to get your window up, just put that block of wood, because there's no way to push that down with that block of wood in there. And there's actually three, to take this regulator out, there's 2 screws here and 3 screws here. And I think that's going to be all you have to take out. And to take the window out of the track, there is a 10 millimeter right here. And in this hole right here, you have to have the window all the way up, and there's another one right there. So you want to loosen those so your window will, so the regulator will come loose from the window as well. It's just 2 screws holding it on there. Again, these are all 10 millimeters. So far, they've all been 10 millimeters. I think all of them are 10 millimeters. I'm going to go ahead and loosen the window, the glass from the window. That one took a little muscle to loosen it up. And I don't think you have to take those all the way out. You just loosen them, and I think the window will come out of there then. Let's take these 2 off. Already loosened that. Speaking of the devil, that was my daughter right there. I accused her of tearing it up, and she said she didn't tear it up. But it wasn't really her fault. These windows get sticky, and it's a pain. It doesn't take much to break these regulators. They get old and brittle. I think mine broke on this side. There's 2 wires that go up, and they pull up and down, and I think the one on the left side looks like is what's broke on mine. I think this screw is designed to stay in there where you can slide it in there and hang that there before you screw the rest of them in. I don't know if you can see that or not, but there's a little, this will lift up and come out of there without having to take that screw all the way out. I think it'll just aid in installing a new one. Up and down. So let's get the new one and put it in there. And here's our new one. One thing that is different on these, it's still a male plug, but the other one, it was just a plug right there on the motor. This one gives you a little extra room. Doesn't really change anything, just makes it probably easier. Let's see if we can slide that in there and hang it. All right, motor's hung there. Yeah, and you can see the clip on this one will come out where the other clip was kind of made on the motor there. So that is slightly different. Let's get our two screws in here. I think they're designed like this so you can adjust it a little once you get your window in there to make sure it rolls up and down properly. But let's get started. Okay, I'm going to double check that I got all these tight. Tight, 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 and tight. All right, let's put the this comes out through here. So I think comes out through there. This one through here. Speakers out. All right. Oops. We don't want to forget the door lock. It should stick up right in there. All right, that should be everything. All right, let's try to get this door back on here. the speaker hooked up. This is the hardest one because you don't have a whole lot of slack for it. Right, there's that. There's our light. Now the door handle. And that was pretty simple to hook back up there. It was a lot harder to get off than it was to hook up. All right, I'm just gonna snap those first two right there. Let's get our door lock back on. That came off a lot easier the first time than it is this time. Come on. Oh, mar it all up. I can't get it off. All right, well, this just slides down on that little post. And snaps back in there. And there it is. All right, let's try to snap. That's it, it's on there. Put this back on. Let's test that one a couple more times. Before we go to putting all the screws back in. switch is still not working properly. I may need a new switch. You hit it a couple of times, it'll go on down, but coming up, it comes straight up. Going down, you got to click it a few times. All right, it's working good enough. Let's put her back together. We got our 2 screws here. Again, these are 10 millimeter. All these bolts are 10 millimeter. And if you had your little drill with extension on it, it's probably go a little quicker, but I don't have my drill with me today. It's at my shop. I wasn't really planning on putting this in today, but since it came in, I thought I'd go ahead and install it. It didn't look like it was too hard to do. All right, there's those screws. Let's see, my little plastic clip. All right, that's in there. I seem to be missing one screw. Come on. Oh, there it is. It was stuck to my metal. It's underneath my. I got a little magnetic screw holder there, and it was stuck to the bottom of that. All right, there's that. Let's put this cover back on. All right, let's make sure the door shuts and opens. All right, perfect. There, you can see the window working there. Rides up and down smoothly now. Just have to push that button a couple of times to get it to come down. I don't know what that, I'm about to, I think I need a new switch there. Obviously it's got to be the switch. Going up's no problem. Okay, if I pushed it down a little harder, it seems like it. Oh well. I don't use this back window very much. I'm not going to worry about it, but I may look into replacing that switch. I think that's got to be a bad switch. But there it is. Repaired. Need to clean my window again now. Okay, just as a test here, just to make sure that it's the switch and not my new window regulator, I came up front, and you can see from up front the switch goes straight up and straight down with a little problem. The switch works perfect. So it's obviously something in that switch. I'm not sure what would have happened to it. Maybe it already had a problem. I don't know. I hardly ever use that back, and it could have already had a problem. But if you push it a few times, it'll eventually go down. It just doesn't work on the first push. And so it could have been that way. So I may look into seeing what a switch costs. It's not that big a deal. There's usually nobody riding back there. My kids are grown now. I rarely drive this. I just keep it because I think it's going to be worth more money. It's probably worth more now than what I paid for it, and I like it. It's been well taken care of, nothing wrong with it. But yeah, it's not my regulator's fine. I think you're fine if you buy that regulator. I'll put a link to that regulator in the description, so in case you want one. And again, I got the premium one. It had a little better ratings, and you can see it works great. It's going up and down. It's fast, smooth. That's the first time I've ever changed a regulator, so I don't know much about them. If I can do it, anybody can do it. So there it is. And again, this is a 2009 Hummer H2. It needs washing bad. It's been sitting under this tree. I got about 98,000 miles on. I bought it brand new in 2009. It's been a good vehicle. Had very few problems. But I've noticed lately I've been seeing a little oil spot under there, and it's never leaked oil before, so I don't know what's happened to it. I need to get that looked at. I don't think it's anything serious. I checked the oil. I'm not low oil or anything, and it's not wet. It's like it comes off there when it rains or something, so it could have been something spilt on it when I put some oil in it, changed the oil or something. But there she is. The only other immediate thing, I've got a leak somewhere up there. I think one of my running lights up there is leaking. And the other thing I'm doing, I got a new, this has the old CD player in it, you can see here. And you can connect your phone and stuff to it, but it's not a very big screen. It has a Sirius radio, which I use. Okay, I use it still in my Mercedes, but I just turned it off in here since I don't drive it very much. But I'm going to put a new upgraded radio in it that has a 9-inch screen instead of that small screen, and it has CarPlay on it and all that. Just to update it a little bit, Wi-Fi and all that on it. I got that off Amazon or eBay or somewhere for a couple $100. So I'm going to do that to it. And there's a couple other things I'm going to need to do to it, but that's nothing major. It's got fairly new tires on it. But anyway, that's helpful hopefully if you have a problem with your window. Thanks for watching.